Testing, testing, testing.
Bye. You sound
connection. Yeah.
away, but it's kind of. Yeah. Away, but it's kind of. Pony, is he in there? Yeah. See if it works better once we come back.
Almost told you, dude, to freaking pick up a crazy long
I will.
thing.
I'm gonna have to buy one.
Yeah.
Okay, look, it's better now. It's way better now.
And we're in the same one?
Yep, same one. It should be the same one now.
You didn't stop it, did you?
No, it should be better. Yep, sounds way better now. Yep,
Nice.
same one. All right. Can you guys hear us? Yep, sounds way better now. If you could hear us, drop some W's in the chat. Drop some W's in the chat.
W's for what? For winning?
We're winning now.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let me turn this off because it's messing with me. I'm talking and hearing myself talk. All right, hold on. We're having a little drink. I'm having a little drink because Crypto Papi's a good boy now.
True. True.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me pull up the list real quick just so I don't forget. Excuse us, guys. We're just kind of getting together now to get this going. We're gonna do one last mic check just to make sure
Check.
everything's sounding correct.
Check. Oh, you have the music on.
I still got the music on. Let me turn down the music. Turn down the music very low.
Sounds good to me.
Sound beautiful. Perfect. Okay. All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of But It's Smooth Crypto. And on today's episode, we're doing live technical analysis, but with a little twist. We did the one last week, right? It was last week?
Yeah.
We did a last live technical analysis last week, and we went over the charts. But as we were going through the charts, Crypto Papi noticed that some of them needed to be updated. Fibonacci needed to be moved, rearranged, trend lines, and things like that. So on today's episode, we're gonna go back over those last cryptos that we touched on last live stream. Go over them again and readjust the charts, and you kind of gonna get to see how Crypto Papi, thinks when he's when he's rearranging the charts, because he doesn't stick to one plan forever. He understands that things change in the market, so he's always adjusting his charts as the market is moving. So the first one we're gonna do on this episode is gonna be Bitcoin, of course, and he has it ready.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna do live technical analysis on Bitcoin. I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Papi.
Okay, so the point of today's stream, we're going to cover a little less tokens, but we're going to just clean up my chart, something that's been long overdue. So we could do this, and we're going to literally delete everything. So we've got trend line there, unlock it, delete it. We have our yellow Fibonacci, unlock it, delete it. We have our white Fibonacci extension, unlock and delete it. What do we have up here? We'll keep that horizontal ray. We'll keep the blue horizontal rays. This trend line down here, it looks like we could extend this one out. This one down here, we could delete it. And then these down here, we definitely can unlock it and delete these. My little arrows, we could delete these. Let's get rid of these guys. We've got 3 more. See you later. Goodbye and goodbye. So you see here, we just have a super clean, super basic chart. Still have my red box of resistance/support, which now it's currently acting as support. which I will extend out really quickly because we will keep that. Let's unlock it and let's get the middle. Oh shit, just messed it up now. Now extend it out a little bit. Now give me just a second because now I have to go in and figure out where I exactly had this drawn from. What do we have? It looks like these two red wicks here. Let me zoom in a little more. Looks like the bottom of the red box is on this area right here with these two red wicks here. And looks like the top of this green wick. So let me just adjust this. Come on. All right, we need to bring it down ever so slightly. Right about there. And it looks like the top one, if I could look at it, we need to bring it down ever so slightly. I'm looking at this red candle here, January 15th, 2024. So we're going to put it just at the bottom of that candle body. Really looking at these two candle bodies here too, the bottom of them, December 11th, 2023 and December 18th, my birthday, 2023. So let's do that from the top side. We'll bring it down right about there. We'll lock it back into place. So now we have it extended out. So we know worst case scenario, if and when Bitcoin starts moving to the downside, somewhere extremely crazy, almost worst case scenario we could go to is about $40,000 per Bitcoin. But looking at things right now, let's adjust this white trend line as well.
Right click it and do the settings and it'll do the extend.
Oh, extends it out?
Yeah, all the way to the right.
Look at that.
Go to the little gear.
Oh, up top the settings, extend it to the right. Oh man, thank you, sir.
I remember now.
Look at that. I forgot about that, and I'm the one that does the technical analysis. So we have our chart pretty well cleaned up. We extended our red box of which is currently will act as support in the future at some point. We have our horizontal rays that are still plotted out from previous lives, which are just areas where we could come back and revisit, possibly like the one at about $104,000. We did come down and touch it before moving back up to the upside. And you could see here, if we come in and adjust the chart to see it a little bit better, you could see where that was drawn here. First touch point is December 9th, 2024. Second touch point is December 16th, 2024. And just extended it out. You see the wicks going through it, It's acting as some resistance, crashed back down. We got pulled straight back to it. A little bit of resistance on the way up, but we got back above it. Came and retested it again, got above it, retested it as support, and then we moved off of it from there. And then we did retest it October 13th of this year, just a couple of weeks ago. Retested it as support, and we moved up off of it, which to me looks like we could continue to the upside in the, the trajectory is still to the upside for Bitcoin. So other than just cleaning up the charts right now, I'm looking to see if anything else is standing out. We have our trend line extended thanks to JJ. We have our horizontal rays of areas where we can come back down and revisit. When, it's going to happen at some point. We're going to start coming back down to the downside. But that's not today. That's hopefully not anytime soon. And if and when we do come and meet this trend line, hopefully it acts as support and we spring right off of it and continue to the upside. But again, the longer it takes us to retest the trend line, the higher that price will be when we do meet the trend line. So other than that, let's add a Fibonacci just to give us targets of overhead once we start to break all-time highs of potential areas we could go. And to draw the Fibonacci, looks like I'm going to go from, what swing high to swing low? We don't really have a swing low, do we?
Just swing high.
Yeah, everything's just up. So possibly I'll look at this level here, this wick down to the downside for our swing low from August 5th, 2024. And then our swing high is obviously going to be our highest point up here. Looks like we have October 6th, 2025. And then we'll just extend that out and see how that Fibonacci looks. Let's pull out the Fibonacci tool. Again, we have our swing high up here. So we've got it at about $26-ish thousand. Then our swing low, I said was going to be this touch point here. So let's do that and just extend it out. Just trying to line it up on the left-hand side. Change it to white. Lock it into place. So you can see we have our swing low right in here, August 5th, 2024, which is at roughly $48,777. We have our swing high here, which is October 6th, 2025, which is at roughly $126,739. And then we just extended that out. Something that catches my eye right away is our 236 level. Look where it's going to be lining up with relatively soon. So this shows me that if we possibly come back to the 618 level, which is, strong support from back in here of, November through about through February of 2025, or late 2024, early 2025. A lot of price action there. So if we come back and retest our 618 at about $96,000, $97,000, and if we break that, looks like we're going to go to our 236 level, possibly wick through, touch our trend line, then close above the 236. So these levels right in here of about 62,000 to about 67,000 would be great levels to have possible buy orders in the future at some point. But again, that's as long as this formation holds up and everything stays strong. But again, my bias is bullish currently. One more thing we could add, just because I see it and we're taking a little bit more time on some of these. Right here, we have June 16th, 2025. First touch point, second touch point would be here. Oh, I guess I can move that because I have the extended right on. Second touch point, October 13th, 2025. And then we just have that extended out to the right. Let's lock that in place and take a look at that. Looks like we could keep slowly grinding up on this trend line, leading us to higher price action. So we'll keep that there for the very near future, just because it looks like we're going to continue to step up and continue to move on this trend line, even though we just have our first and second touch point there. Let's just see the way that plays out in the near future, see if we can hold that trend line. And then targets to the upside, let's take a look at our Fibonacci. If and when we break our previous all-time highs, looks like one of our first big moves, could take us to about $175,000 per Bitcoin. That would take us to our one movement of the 618. From there, looks like we're not cooling off till we get to about $252,000. So huge upside for Bitcoin. I already know the man, the myth, the legend wants the measuring tool. So let's break that out from current price to roughly 175,000 is about 51% movement to the upside, which is great. Not too difficult for Bitcoin to do that, to be honest with you. Then a movement to the about $252,000 range is 120% to the upside. So Bitcoin definitely has a ton of upside potential with some downside potential. Don't get me wrong. Let's take a look at that. Measuring tool from current price action. Let me line it up. A little lower. Nope, a little higher. Line it up to our 618 level. Would drop us down about 16%, which in my opinion, would be completely healthy. That would liquidate some leverage traders. And then to our 236 level, which would be our crazy movement to the downside, would be about 41% movement to the downside. So definitely a lot of downside, but a lot of upside as well. And who's to say once we start moving and breaking all-time highs, where's Bitcoin really going to go? Where's it going to slow down? That's just questions that we can't answer. We don't know until we're there. We don't know till we get a rejection from there, I should say. But the Fibonacci is definitely a great guidance. We have 175,000 and we have that 252,000 levels that which aren't unrealistic at all. So Bitcoin looks good. Let's kind of zoom out and just take a look at the new chart setup that we're going to have. Again, our blue horizontal rays, we've had those from a few lives ago. Those are just potential targets if and when we start moving to the downside of where, not financial advice, but where some of us would have buy limits set to. So for Bitcoin, we kept our trend line from back in 2021. We kept our horizontal rays. We kept our red box of resistance slash support, which is currently now support. We drew a new Fibonacci and we extended out, we extended that previous trend line. And then we also added a trend line to see if we continue stair stepping, moving our way up that trend line. So that's it for Bitcoin. That's just extremely simple, extremely easy to understand, doesn't cloud up my mind, doesn't give me too much to look at. This is how I like to do technical analysis, and I definitely do put the most effort into Bitcoin when I do technical analysis, because that Bitcoin's more than likely going to guide everything else.
So wherever Bitcoin goes, the entire market is going to follow. So that's why we always start out with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the leader in the market still, which hopefully stays that way for a long time. I mean, you never know nowadays. There's a lot of cryptos that are out there. You know, we have our favorite AMP. You know, hopefully it gets
ANVL.
AMP and ANVL, okay? Hopefully they get to that point where they're one of the top 10 coins. But anyways, that was that for Bitcoin. If you have some Bitcoin, look out for some great gains. Not financial advice. Anyways, the next one on our list, number 2, Ethereum, one of the biggest cryptos out there. And we have a lot of stuff going on there. So I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Papi so we can get started.
Okay, so again, we're on Ethereum paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame. Data's coming in from Coinbase. So when I do adjust my charts, when I am doing this, I definitely always do my big main technical analysis on the weekly time frame. If I want to dial in trend lines and Fibonacci's a little bit more exact and pinpoint, I will drop to the daily time frame, but it's been many years since I've had to do that, to be honest with you. So let's just start cleaning up the chart. Let's unlock things and delete things. Let's unlock that arrow. We could unlock this trend line, because if we were ever to retest it, we'd be in the negatives. Ethereum would not exist. Trend line, overhead trend line from January 2022, and then February 28th, 2022. We're going to keep that. We're going to do what the JJ said, go into our settings. We're extending that baby to the right. Okay. We're keeping that. We're going to delete our yellow overall Fibonacci. Let's unlock it and delete it. Our that looks like a horizontal ray. Let's keep that. Let's get rid of our white Fibonacci, which I was having act as my Fibonacci extension, even though it was probably fully acting as the regular Fibonacci. Let's extend this out to the right, do it better than I did Bitcoin, because I messed up my Bitcoin one, but we fixed it. Let's get rid of that. All right, that was a little bit easier to do on Ethereum than it was to do on Bitcoin. You could see here what we have is what I love. I love my red box of resistance slash support. I love this too because I like looking at it, right? Look at the chart, look at what we have set up. It's like, why would I keep that red box of resistance slash support, which again, I keep saying, but it's currently going to act as support in the future. Because people look at this, oh, price is way up here. Let's do the JJ special, get the measuring tool, current price to our red box, the top of the red box. We would have to drop 40%. To most people that are newish to crypto and haven't seen crazy drops like that, man, it used to happen a lot, a lot. 40% drop in the crypto space isn't a drop at all. But anyways, I digress. I like to have these levels because for me, these are my worst case scenarios. These are where I will have at least some buy limits on everything regardless. Worst case scenario, we get flash crashes, anything like that. These are where I'm going to have a bulk of my my buys. So when it comes to any tokens that I invest in. So let's start off right away, since we already have our trend line to the upside. We have our red box of resistance that we're keeping both of those. From a few lives ago, we're keeping our horizontal ray. Let's do our swing high, which it looks like it's here on August 18th, 2025. Let me line that up better. August 18th, double check. Yep, August 18th, 2025. Swing low, we're going to do from back here, which is April 7th, 2025. So let's move back up to the upside. Do a little click there, extend it out, and line it up on the bottom. Do a click there, and let's lock it into place and take a look. Let's zoom in a little bit. All right, so you could see here from our first movement, we came up, got above the 236. We were struggling a little bit with resistance at our red box. Rejected back down. We got just below the 236, but we closed right above it, right on it. Made our next movement to the 618. And remember, just think about Bitcoin that we just did. When I said, oh, well, we could wick through the 236, close at it, you know what I mean, to have some buy limits set up there would be great. That happened right here. We moved all the way up. We made our one movement before coming back down to the 618. Got back above the 786 fib level. Just ever so slightly, little wick up there. And then we close right below the 786 level. So, and then too, we're kind of stretching back down on that white horizontal ray, which I like to do mine blue. Give me just a second here. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that blue. I like that. Let's lock it into place. So you could see before we really came, after we already came all the way down to the 618, we were just sitting a little bit on the horizontal ray, which is acting as support. And again, candle bodies are all closing above it. So that's a great sign here. So we could possibly build up a little friction, a little tension right in this level here between the 786 and the blue horizontal ray before exploding up to the upside. But more than likely, we've already done it a few times here. We did it once here as well on September 22nd, 2025. So hopefully Ethereum's going to start taking over and front running and showing the rest of the market how things are done. I'm trying to look for a trend line too to the bottom, from the bottom, to guide us to the upside. We could put one here. First touch point would be June 13th, 2022. Second touch point could be our swing low, which is right. Come on, go over. Too much. Which is right here, April 7th, 2025, and just extend it out. But the trajectory of that would be so low. I mean, you might as well say that we're going to come back down to our zero movement. But let's look at overhead targets, right? Based off of that Fibonacci that we just set up. So we have our first movement, obviously, would be our one level, which is our swing high, which is our all-time high, which is our all-time high for Ethereum, just ever so slightly. So once we break that all-time high, we'll start moving up to the one movement of the 618, which would be about just a little over $7,000. But I mean, if we do that soon, if we do that within the next couple of weeks, just look right here where what it's crossing with would be our trend line from back in 2022. So that is a great level to potentially take a little bit of profit off of Ethereum. And I mean ever so slightly, because if and when we do get to this level, I am sure Ethereum's got no problem going to $10,000. But now let's look at our next movement where Ethereum could go. Speaking of $10,000, who would have guessed, who would have guessed our two movement of the 618, $10,726.57 would be absolutely amazing. Our three movement of the 618, $14,298.10. But I would say extremely realistically, 7,000, put a check mark right here. 10,000, put a check mark right here. Before really we go either into extremely parabolic, Ethereum's going to what, $50,000, $25,000 minimum, if it does get to and start breaking the $10,000 level, which would be absolutely insane, would be awesome to see, would love that. But then our targets to the downside, we still have the 618 level where we could come back and revisit before taking off. And we could still revisit this level and still remain extremely bullish. $3,500. We could come down to our red box of support, which will act as support at $2,500. And as long as we bounce off that extremely quick, extremely hard, that's a bullish movement to me. But once we start breaking to the 236 fib level and starting to have candle bodies close below it or close on it even, I would say we're probably transitioning back into a bear market. But again, look at how soon this is. Look, we had a nice movement to the upside. We retraced basically all of those gains spread over a little over a year before now we're starting to rocket and get a little bit, not necessarily parabolic, but we're starting to make a stretch, make a move to the upside, which we did break an all-time high already a couple months ago before refueling down here and continuing up to 7,000, 10,000 and beyond, well beyond. So everything looks good for Ethereum. Last thing we'll do before we switch this out is we'll do our measuring tool, excuse me. From current price to our one movement of our Fibonacci would be 71% to the upside. Real quick before I adjust the chart and go higher, let's look at our movement to the downside. To the downside, to the 618 would be about 14% movement to the downside. To the top of our red box of support would be 40% to the downside. And all the way down to our 236 level would be about 47% to the downside. So let's hope that we've got nothing but clear skies above. Ethereum's ready to move. And let's take one more look here from current price up to the $10,000 range, $10,700 range, 155%. So a lot of upside potential for Ethereum with minimal downside, but still some potential downside. And if we get into dropping 40% to the downside, I would say altcoins are definitely going to bleed and the sentiment will definitely start switching towards a bearish bias. So that's it for Ethereum. Ethereum looks good. We cleaned up the chart. Everything looks great to me. Nice, simple, and easy on the eyes.
So that was that for Ethereum. Still looking good. Needs some catch up to do, but it's still well on its way. All we got to do is kind of wait it out. Hopefully it goes to the moon like everything else, as we're hoping so, because then after Bitcoin takes off, Ethereum takes off, and then we'll have our, hold on, it's my, can you check the camera, see, because the thing went out.
It just went out, yeah.
Okay. I mean, you guys can still hear me. Let me go back to the charts then. Anyways, I'll fix the camera in a little bit. But yes, that's Ethereum for now. And the next one that we'll do is going to be XRP.
XRP?
Yep, the XRP fans.
Oh my goodness.
We gotta adjust that because it's been going nuts.
Did we do X? Oh, we did do XRP on the last live.
Well, let me just check real quick the camera, see if we could fix. Oops.
All right. So while JJ is fixing the camera, you just put yourself back on. Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
All right. So we've got XRP paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame. Data is coming in from Bitfinex. So first and foremost, we're kicking it off. Let's start off deleting everything, unlocking and deleting everything. Let's delete that. Let's come down here, delete these arrows. Boom, delete this arrow. Yes, sirree. We could delete this trend line. You are a great trend line leading us up to the upside. I remember all of this, watching the charts and just watching it just stay on this trend line till it finally broke out to the upside. Let's unlock that and delete that. Let's go in here, zoom in nice and big so my red box gets a little bigger so I don't mess it up like I did Bitcoin. Let's unlock it and extend it out, which is our red box of resistance / support, which is now going to act as support when we start moving to the downside. So I would say it's virtually impossible to do technical analysis right now on XRP because we made that enormous parabolic move to the upside from 50 cents all the way up to $3.65. Just beautiful, amazing, great job XRP. Congratulations to anyone and everyone who benefited and made money off of this play. But just real quick, my eyes are catching this, and I might have said it on the live, so forgive me. But that red box of resistance slash support, look at from way back here in 2022, beginning of 2022, we had it reject XRP back here in July 10th, 2023. So a few years later, about a little over a year later. And then again, we blew right through it. Then look where we wanted to get pulled to when we did that, when that flash crash happened. And like I said, where do I have a bulk of my buys and all these tokens that I have on here that I invest in? And I have this red box of resistance slash support. I have a lot of buy orders in these areas, but none of these with XRP filled. We were ever so slightly away, a couple % away. But so let's just take a look at this. Something I want to add right away that my eye is catching. Let me zoom in. See the bottom of this wick here from April 7th, 2025. And then this bottom of the wick here from June 16th, 2025. You know what we're doing. Let's get the trend line tool. Let's do our first touch point here. Second touch point here. And let's lock that baby into place. So that's going to potentially be guiding us to the upside with XRP, just like we have it on, is that Ethereum or it was Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin was the one leading us to the upside.
Yeah.
So just like we have it on Bitcoin, now we have that same formation on XRP. A couple touch points, one touch point here again, second touch point right here, June 16th, extended out to the right. We broke above that with that, broke below it with that flash crash. Then I would say close enough-ish for this candle body from last week or 2 weeks ago, October 13th, 2025. We're just about sitting on it, just ever so slightly. Same thing with last week's October 20th, 2025. We're just below it, but we're just about sitting on it. I could play with these a little bit to make it look like they're sitting right on it. So I'd say close enough. So as long as we might potentially come back, wick down to it before starting to move to the upside. And if and when we do start moving to the upside, I would definitely say breaking our previous all-time, previous all-time highs right in here from July 14th, 2025. I would say that's realistically, we're going to start breaking those and then start going into price discovery mode. And with how much money flows into XRP, Jesus Christ, I don't know where it could go. To be honest with you, that's
the most realistic take. Don't let people tell you it's gonna go to $100, $1,000. You know,
right?
Which is not too realistic, but no, not too realistic.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Maybe $10, right? That's
$10.
That's more doable, right?
All right. So let's see where we could go.
Okay.
The Fibonacci will lead us. So I don't want to go from our swing low way down here because we've already put in a bulk of those movements. So I'm looking swing low here from April 7th, 2025, and then our swing high here on July 14th, 2025. So let's do this. Let's go here. I'm lining it up back here. Come on over that way. Boom. Coming down to the downside. Boom. Looks good to me. Lock it into place. All right. So you could see where we have the Fibonacci set up now. You could see where I drew it from and see how it's playing out, which I would say it's holding up pretty well. The 618 tried to hold up as best as it can before it broke through it. Obviously, our flash crash, I would like to just erase that wick because it's kind of irrelevant. But our trend line did catch us a little bit. We got caught right in between the 236 and the 618. And ideally, we're going to continue riding up this trend line to the upside. But XRP is extremely volatile. And when this baby moves, this baby moves. So if and when, and I would I would definitely go with when we break all-time highs. We'll move to our one movement of the 618 at $4.92. So there's that $5 level. And let's keep looking up here. Next movement would be $6.96. And then from there, yes, we could definitely approach and break $10 if our Fibonacci here is right at $9. We could definitely wick up to about the $10 range before closing at or below $9 before we start coming back down to the downside, if and when we make it that high. Because the way XRP goes, oh my goodness, I don't doubt that it could easily break $5 now. Let's go over to our measuring tool from current price to our first movement of our 618 at just about $5 is about 84% movement to the upside. I would argue and say XRP could do that in a day. The way we've seen XRP move, but more than likely it's not going to happen in a day.
Even looking at the flash crash, right? Everybody bought it up right away.
And I don't know if that's what caused it to come right back up. It could have literally have just been that, just a crazy flash crash. And they would say, oh, it was too much slippage. Your orders aren't being processed.
Gotcha.
So then our next movement of just about $7 for per XRP would be 161% movement to the upside. So huge upside potential for XRP. Some downside potential at $2.10. Our one movement at $1.62. But again, like I said with Ethereum, if and when we start approaching those levels and start going 40% to the downside, more likely than not, we're transitioning more so into bear market. All the other altcoins will be bleeding. So I would say sentiment now is definitely still a bullish bias. So I'm definitely staying bullish. I'm going with the bulls, and we're here to ride or die.
Let's see if my camera works now, guys. Okay,
there he is.
All right, so that was XRP, the XRP fanboys. You guys are looking amazing. Keep it up. Keep pumping that coin up. I think it's going to make it to the... I mean, it could possibly, hopefully, if not this cycle, next cycle, it could probably surpass Ethereum.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost there. It's very close to being surpassing Ethereum, which will be crazy, but it could definitely be the next one to lead the market after Bitcoin as well. But anyways, that was that for XRP. Thank you, Crypto Papi. Let's go to, I wanted to do AMP, but there's not much you're going to be able to do.
Oh, no, AMP is
yeah, there's not much you're able to do. But let's do Zcash, because Zcash has been going nuts even since the last time we did a live stream, and that was just last week. So
true,
it's going to be beautiful. Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi. Let him pull it up real quick.
You're good.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That's so crazy. All right, so let's first and foremost, let's start cleaning up the chart. Excuse me, I have a cough drop in my mouth. So we're getting rid of these white arrows to the upside. We're going to get rid of the, oh man. No, I don't think we could get rid of the Fibonacci.
Because it's like perfectly lined up, right?
Yeah, just because, we haven't, Zcash has literally just been going down for the past little over 3 years. But I guess I should say 3 years because we have been moving for a couple months now. So our Fibonacci we're going to keep. I'm going to change it to white. Keep it locked in place. Our trend line we're going to keep because just look at the way that's worked out since it was listed, right, on Coinbase. Since it was listed back in late 2020, but our first touch point is here. What was that? December 21st, 2020. Second touch point's right in here, January 17th, 2022, and we just have it extended out. I've had this trend line on my chart for so long for Zcash.
Right? It's such a long time, man.
Years.
Oh my goodness.
Years, since 2022. And you can see why would he have it, right? Follow my mouse with your eyes. Why would he have that trend line? Still, it's so far over, so far up there when we're just here, right? We're just grinding to the downside at our all-time low right here before a little relief. But still, Mike, you're ridiculous. Why do you have that damn trend line? But look, when we move, and let's zoom in and take a look at that trend line. Right? We didn't. Well, I guess we really didn't. Right, I would like to see this wick up here on the trend line.
Yeah.
I would like to see this red wick or this green wick here come and touch the trend line and that one not break through it. And how it did break through it, I'd like to see the bottom of the candle body, the closure down here on the trend line. But I would still say the trend line is extremely what's the word?
Relevant?
Yeah, it's still relevant. You know what I mean? just because it's from so long ago. And we finally broke it. So let's retest it before we start continuing to the upside. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So, I mean, there's nothing we could do. We could do this. We could extend my red box, which has been resistance
I think you do the same thing with the gear for that.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to see the date. Since April 2022, which is insane. Oh, I have it locked. That's why I can't. So I just want to get the middle one and extend it out, lock it back up. So if and when Zcash cools off, cools down, so, which is irrelevant because look at it's just about to break its all-time high on the Coinbase chart, that is. I don't know its previous all-time high before being listed, but if it was 50, 60, $65 when it was originally listed on Coinbase, I can't imagine that it was valued at $400, you know what I mean, before getting listed. But anything's possible. This is just amazing. I just even want to watch this. The last week, which just closed an hour and 2 minutes ago, we literally have just been pumping up, filling that previous week's wick in right away. And look at it in the past hour and 3 minutes now. Zcash is up 12% in the past hour and 3 minutes. Is insane. So this is definitely going to start flying. Zcash. Next movement, Jonathan, pay attention to this, please. No. I'm saying because your sell limit.
Gotcha.
I would plug it in right now.
Okay.
When I start looking at the next token at $541.58.
Okay.
And that's our next Fibonacci level. Let me zoom out so I could show him. That's our next Fibonacci level. Measuring tool from current price to the next Fibonacci level is another 48% to the upside. So I would definitely, that portion that you have left in there, I'd probably sell like 25% of it, if not
least
more.
Got it. Okay.
But I know you're conservative with that. But sorry guys, sorry JJ, there's not much we could do to clean up the chart other than we remove those arrow markers. We extended out our red box of support/resistance, and we changed the color of our Fibonacci. Other than that, I mean, look at where we're at, where Zcash is just going crazy. It's going parabolic. This is a beautiful sight in the crypto market that's been, suppressed.
We haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, and held down for so long, man. Look at that. It's been below the trend line since June 6, 2022. So 3.5 years. That
was at 540, right?
Give me a second. 541.58. Okay. So go ahead. JJ, put the camera on you because I'm done here. So let them see.
Sorry, guys. I'm inputting my. Let me see. It's crazy, guys. So let me just. Oh man, I can't show you guys the screen.
No, just let me see.
Yeah, but I'm inputting my limit sell right now. Just so I'm ready, and that's what we've been doing with this coin. So we've been when it reaches 540 point, or was it 60?
541.58.
58. So I'm inputting my sell limit here. Let's see.
But yeah, just do 25%.
Yep, just 25%.
If it gets there, it's probably going to go slightly higher. And I could look real quick.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know, though, if it'll go to 742.31 before facing a crazy rejection. And then something you could do to get another play on Zcash.
What's up? If it crashes?
If it comes back down to the purple trend line at about $205.86, that would be a good spot to get another buy-in right in here, right?
Okay.
If it comes down to retest the trend line right in here, you could even say the one movement. You could do 3 orders, right? You could do 25% right here at 217. You could do, I guess that's too close to the trend line. Oh, I guess not. You could do like another 25% at 203.46, and then your remaining 50% you could put right here at 173.37.
Okay. If it has a
So
good crash.
after dinner, you know what I mean? We could see
well.
how things are looking. But yeah, dude, Zcash, it's going to start ripping here in a minute to the upside.
It's ripping right now. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys are watching it live. We're actually making some moves right now.
Always.
But I mean, just you guys are seeing it live.
Put it on you. Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
right here. All right, so I think we'll just do one more. Maybe one more, because I don't think the other ones have moved a lot. I think we did Songbird, we did Swft, and those haven't moved much. AMP hasn't really moved. The last one that we'll do is going to be NCT.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, NCT, and then Dash. I think it's moving right now, but not enough to.
Dash has moved beautifully, but yeah, it's still.
It's not like Zcash. If it was moving like Zcash, then yeah. But yeah, so let's do NCT, and we'll finish it off with that.
Oh my God, I was ready for a steak dinner.
Oh, I am. I am.
Okay, let's do NCT here. Which, I mean, look at this, is beautiful. And my NCT chart is already all cleaned up. It's beautiful, and looks like it's ready to pop off to the upside. But let me take a look here just to double check. We have our trend line, which I love it. It's already extended out to the right. First touch point is May 9th, 2022. Second touch point looks like it's June 13th, 2022, and we have it just extended out to the right. We retested that trend line here on March 4th, 2024. We wicked ever so slightly above it. Then the next week after that, March 11th, 2024, we wicked even higher through the trend line before rejecting all the way back down, and the candle body's closing way down here. And then we slowly moved to the downside, which I guess isn't super slowly, but we moved down to the downside, just about retraced 100% of those gains. We didn't quite make it 100%, but we got pretty close to it before putting that beautiful movement into the upside. And that is our highest point in the past 3.5 years, almost. Yeah, 3 years, just about 4 years, and another month and a half, or 2 months, I should say. So let's take a look here. We have our red box of resistance, which is just a wick being filled here. Zoom in and take a look at that so you guys could see what I'm talking about. Right here, it's drawn on this candle here from January 24th, 2022. Red box is at the top of the wick of that candle, and the bottom of the red box is at the top of the candle body, and then we just have it extended out because sooner rather than later all wicks get filled. So which I guess it was filled, but we're going to keep it there as our red box of resistance. So once we start approaching these levels, and we break these levels in the very near future, I hope, we want to see candle bodies sit their bottoms right on the red box of resistance, regardless if it's at the top or the bottom of the box, before continuing to move to the upside. So NCT, let's just take a look. We have our Fibonacci movement here, came all the way down. We've sat on the 236 before coming down to make our swing low. We had some resistance at our 236, a little more resistance. Then what did I just say? We came above it. Mm-hmm. We came and retested it. Candle butts didn't quite sit on it before moving up to the upside, which was just a blow off the top. It went crazy. That was pristine. I know you remember.
Yes,
beautiful
I do.
Movement. We had so many orders up there. Every single order was filled, and we rejected all the way back down to the downside. And again, like I said about the gains from right here, we just about retraced all the way back to the downside. So this is our previous low. Our high, we just about retraced all of that movement, all of that beautiful movement to the upside. So here where we are currently with price action below the 236, we're a little bit in no man's land, right? Where the bottoms of our wicks are wanted to get higher, right? We have a low, a higher low, and then we wanted to see this level right up here hold up at about 0.017 level hold up, because then that we would just be stair stepping a little higher, but we did break below that a little bit. Beautiful thing is we didn't completely break these previous levels from April 2025 of this year. So there's still hope, obviously, for NCT, which, I'm not concerned one bit for NCT. But when we do start moving to the upside, again, as long as Bitcoin stays relevant, keeps its levels where they currently are, roughly, say Bitcoin's right now just about 115,000. As long as it holds 105,000 or above, beautiful. Ethereum needs to start moving to the upside, get a little parabolic, and start guiding these altcoins to the upside. I definitely think that NCT will have no problem getting back up to 8 cents and beyond. So let's do our measuring tool from current price to our 618, which is just shy of 4 cents at 0.038. That's 130% movement to the upside. Our 786 fib level, which is at 0.045, so 4.5 cents, 172% movement to the upside. But really what we want to break above and get above and start having candle bodies close above is our red box of resistance. And bottom of the red box, 288% movement at the bottom. Top of the red box, 308% movement to the upside. But our trend line, the trend line from years ago that we retested twice here, and first time here, second time here of retesting. If we come up to retest the trend line, that's 394% movement to the upside. So nothing but beautiful upside movements on the table for NCT. And even if and when we do start moving to the downside, there's only so far down we could go. So I would say, not financial advice, but any buying being done with NCT at current prices or within 10-ish, 15% of current price, I mean, just make yourself out a check already, you know what I mean? For that 300% movement to the upside. But again, with these movements, when we talk about this, definitely capitalize on it again. To say it for the 100th time, you could put the camera on you, JJ. It's not financial advice, but man, take some profit. Take the skin out of the game that you put in the game. Reinvest that when we get a retrace to the downside. Put it in other tokens that you're interested in. Always continuously have your money working for you. Don't get married to these coins. Don't get married to your position. You're here to make money first and foremost. To people say, yeah, I'm here for the technology, like us with ANVL. Of course, we're here for the technology. We're here for everything that they're building, everything that they're doing, everything that Flexa has done via the AMP token with the collateral token, the collateral pools, everything they're doing. Of course, we're here for that technology, but we're also here to continue building wealth, to build riches. So, and it's all about accumulation. If you're taking a little profits when it's up 300+% to reinvest when we get a crash back down, you're gaining your holdings by so much. It's bizarre. It's insane. So that's all I've got for you guys today.
Yeah, because with my Zcash played, I already have my limit sales set up. So if I wouldn't have had any of those limit sales, if I were just let it ride, it would be so much more money right now.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, we have to play it safe. When there's opportunity for profits, take those profits. To at least, like Crypto Papi said, take out what you put in. Not financial advice. This is, at the end of the day, you're gonna make your own decisions. And I'm getting the feeling like, man, I don't want to get out of this coin because it's going up so much and so much. So it's like, no, but I have to be realistic and say, well, at some point it's gonna go down. So I'm not catching the falling knife. I'm kind of taking little by little, taking little snippets of the profits, boom, 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 until I'm completely out of it completely.
Sure.
And then, like you said, I might be able to play it again if it goes down to a certain price that we talked about around the $200 range.
Right.
Buy back in, because then there's potential to pop back up and then make more profit. So it's just about playing the game. At the end of the day, yes, we do love the technology that and what crypto is bringing to the world, but at the same time, we're seeing the opportunities because some people don't. They're like, oh, why are you investing in something that's been and been so low price for such a long time? Well, because there's the potential of it to go up how high. We don't want to be like most people and, oh, XRP is going up to $3. I'm buying right now. Too late.
True.
You just become liquidity, and that's it.
Right.
All right, guys, but that was it for today's episode. Just rearranging the charts a little bit. We'll hopefully do another one sometime soon. We'll see. The holidays are coming in. Things are going to get busy, so we don't know. But definitely, we'll try to give you guys some other live streams later on. But that was that for today. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're currently at 732 subscribers, and we want to reach the 1,000 mark, the 1,000 subscriber mark. So please subscribe if you haven't. Comment down below, ask questions, request coins for us to do live technical analysis on, because even if we're not doing it like this, we could probably I could put out a video in the future as well. I just talked to Crypto Papi. He gives me the information.
Right.
He actually has his own Trading View blog where he posts analysis.
Yeah, the ideas.
Yeah, he hasn't done them in a little bit, but if we're not able to do live streams, he could do that from his home.
Yep.
Send it to me, put out a video, and you guys can get your information. But that was that for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, subscribe, comment down below, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. Have a good one, guys. We're logging out. Hope you guys have a good weekend.